Hello, everyone. This is Eric from Execute back for another live stream. If you're new here, say hi in the comments down below. Tell me where you're from. And if you've got a question about teaching English, or if you've got an English question, I'll try my best to answer those. Yeah, guys, it's a Sunday. I just made myself some med lemon. So I'm not feeling too well today. I started having sore throat a couple of days ago, and that's usually an indicator that I'm going to get sick. And then, lo and behold, 2 days ago, I get a cold or my nose starts running. So now I went to the pharmacy and I got myself a lot of medicine. And then this is something very hot that you drink. I think it's got different names in different places, but we call it Med Lemon, and it's the last bit of Med Lemon I've brought from South Africa, so I'll have to go back and get some more. And we've got my dad here. Hello, fellow teachers. Greetings from South Africa. Hello, Dad. I've been a bad son. I should have called them a long time ago, but I don't know. I get stuck doing things. I don't have any excuses, any good ones anyway. Sveta, hi, from India. Where in India are you from? I'm so curious. Yeah, what did I met someone from New Delhi a couple of weeks ago. Some students that are studying in Korea here. Yeah, guys, an exciting week, except for being sick. It's my final week before school starts. The term starts on Tuesday. So tomorrow I've got some work I want to do. I finally want to shoot those 4 videos: how to teach past tense, how to teach the future tenses, how to teach pronouns. Was it pronouns? And then finally one more. What's it? Past tense. Okay, so I think those are really important topics. Uh, Bialy, hi from Daegu. I am also in Daegu. Good to see you. Yeah, Daegu is really good. Actually, what am I doing? I was actually moving around a lot. I met some of my friends to go and eat. So actually, it's my trainer. I do well. I'll tell you guys in a second. Let's see. It's me, Murari from Nepal. After a long time, it's nice to see you, Murari. Welcome. Sveta, I'm a special educator. I always watch your videos and learn a lot about teaching about disruptive children and many more. I really hope so. I would love to make more content to help teachers. Right now, I'm going to put out a course. Heat off. Got a sweat on. This um, in the next couple of days, I'm going to release a course on how to teach English online. I think it's really interesting, covering basically everything you need to know. And I think on the channel, linked to that is going to be lots of useful online resources, the best free websites and things you can use. So I'm very excited to do that. My dad says, I've been to your city. Nice experience. Yes, my dad's been to India before, Hyderabad. He told me about it. Yeah, so yeah, guys, if you've got any questions, put it in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer. I just need to drink this hot for it to work. Yeah, for me, I hate the experience of getting a cold, especially when my nose starts running. Oh, it's the worst feeling. I remember going to school, and if you have to go and study and you're sniffing, and you're using up rolls and rolls of toilet paper. It's not a good feeling. But today, actually, I had a really nice day. Well, last night I couldn't. Well, I went to sleep and then I woke up at like 3, and then I couldn't fall asleep again until 8. And then for lunch, I actually. So, like some of you know, now I'm too hot. I don't go to the gym anymore because usually I would go to the gym for like 20 minutes and then I would go for dance classes. So it's like Zumba or like aerobics, and there's only one other older gentleman there with me, and otherwise it's just all the ladies. And the first time I did it, I met a trainer. A wonderful lady. She's got how old is she? I think she's 50 now, but she's got two kids in their 20s. And so she trained first and then she left. And then I trained with another trainer. And then I moved here and I still see her sometimes. And she invited me for lunch with her family. And I've met her sisters. So they're four sisters and a brother. So I met her four sisters before, so I met them again. But this was the first time that I met her husband. And he's actually in the military in Korea. So had lots of fun conversations with him. And her son was there, but he was very shy, one of her sons. So that was really interesting. Ri, hi from Japan. I teach English to Japanese, very young kids. They are so naughty. Yeah, they can be. It's, I think with the younger students, it's all about managing their energy. It's managing that flow, having fun, getting there, engaging them, having fun activities, and then getting them to slow down. And I guess, what's very important, especially what they do in Japan, is just giving them roles and having them so that they know exactly the systems that they have to follow. So I think in a classroom, you've got to have your rules in place, and the students should know exactly what's expected of them, even at a very young age. Okay. If you have magical tricks of reading skills built up for primary students, it's a serious problem in my school. Yeah, well, reading skills, actually, I've done. Is it for young students or older students? Because the next course I'm going to work on, so I'm going to release this course during the next week. And I'm making these lesson plans specifically for ESL, how to teach specific grammar. And I found that most teachers want that. And so I need to make the worksheets and I need to shoot the videos and edit the videos and put them out. I've got 4 worksheets ready. I just need to shoot the video. So hopefully my voice is okay. Sorry, guys, I should probably sit closer. And then, but after that, I want to work on a phonics course because I realize, I'm also trying to learn skills and to practice things. So I'm going to make a phonics course, how to teach phonics, going over the different sounds and also combining the sounds and then a reading. So, but those are the beginner stages of how to read, and I think that's very useful. In between, I'll make some videos on homeschooling. What is it? Some more teachers quitting videos. What to do after you quit. What was the other one? I'm releasing. I finished a video on inductive versus deductive methods of teaching grammar. I think I'll release that one on Tuesday. I think lots of people are asking for that. Yeah, guys, if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm just going to continue drinking this. But I've got some really nice, I've got some interesting news, but I need to keep it secret before we do that. Back to the reading. Murari, you asked about the reading. I have done some videos, actually, really good videos specifically on reading. Let me see. Reading activities and how to teach reading. So here I have 50 reading activities. And I think that's quite fun, but that can be for all the students. Let's see the details. I'll share this one with you. So these are 50 reading activities. And then, but like I said, I think this is for more like intermediate to advanced learners. I think beginner students, some of them might work, but they might be difficult. And then I think I did do something about how to teach reading. Well, for the course that I've made on how to teach online, I've actually made sections specifically focusing on the skills. So I've got how to teach grammar, how to teach reading, writing, speaking, what is it? Pronunciation, I think is a good one. Oh yeah, that's another one I need to work on, is pronunciation and some of those things. Yeah. So let's see, maybe I can share it with you. So this is a specific video. It's not finished yet, but because you're on the live stream, I'll give you the cool things. Let's go back. I think I've got, so this is a video of the course. I haven't released the course yet, But I've got a section here for you, how to teach reading. Let's see if I can find it. Pronunciation, reading. Where's reading? Okay, teaching writing. Do I have teaching reading? Dad, do you remember us doing teaching reading? Ooh, speaking, online games, curriculum. I don't think I've got reading here. Okay. Maybe I'll see. Did I add it somewhere already? Very interesting. Sorry, guys. I thought I was prepared for this, but uh, where is the reading? I'm pretty sure I did something like that. See, the thing is, I try to cover everything, and if I cover it, then it's better for me to make a video about it so that I don't miss any points. Because if I just sit here, maybe I can give some advice, but it's not going to be as complete. And now I've got to search through documents. Oh, no, it's on my laptop. It's not on this one. Okay, sorry guys, I just wasted a lot of your time. Okay. Ree says it. Sorry, a strong pouring shower in Tenerife today. Manuel, hi, how are you? It means motorways are hell on earth. Although you might be a bit skeptical in Tenerife, when it rains, it pours. Fantastic. Manuel, it's a pleasure to have you here. You're such a wordsmith. I feel like every time I read it, I feel smarter every time I read some of your passages. I think it's just getting better each time. Okay, so I shared that with the games. I will look in how to teach reading. I think I've got it somewhere. Sorry to waste your time, guys. Okay. Galina, how are you doing? It's a pleasure to see you. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I feel like I'm 5 years behind with everything that I want to put out, and then I try to keep everything in my head of what I've made, what I haven't made. And I actually, one of the reasons I started making these videos is to improve as a teacher too, so that I've got these resources and the knowledge to use in the classroom. But then suddenly I sit here and it's like, oh, Eric, what video did you do? Can you tell me what you learned in that video? And I'm like, well, I did a lot of research and I wrote it out. And now I can't remember anything about it. Svita, what strategies would you use to assist students who are struggling in mathematics? Ooh, good question. Sorry for the slurping noises. This is not an ASMR channel. Actually, I don't enjoy that either. There's a word for that, for people that hate listening to other people eat. And that's a big problem, especially in Asia. Word for hating the sound people make while eating. Let's see, what is it? Misophonia. Yeah, misophonia. Yeah, it's like chewing noises. So sorry for the slurping noises for all our misophonics out there. Okay, mathematics. Well, I don't teach mathematics, so I'm not 100% sure. I would like to get some teachers on here. I've got a friend who's teaching math at the moment. Yeah, I think so. What happened for me, what was really good for me in math, I think, is confidence is very important, and you can say that about anything. There's a certain sense of pride you get when you start understanding and you're solving these equations. So I think what's very important is that you don't lose any students. That you have enough. Let's say you're teaching whatever you're teaching in math, how to solve a certain problem. You're going to start with the simplest forms of that problem, but you're also going to need to have, I think with math, it's so important to differentiate so that you've got enough material for the beginners, the intermediates, and the advanced. Because I think it's a struggle, because some students might immediately get it and they feel confident when they solve those problems. And the thing is, they should also get a sense of enjoyment out of it. If as soon as students start getting frustrated with something like math, they quit it like that. It's one of the biggest problems in South Africa. So in South Africa, when you study math, sorry, I'm not saying maths. I should be saying maths. I'm just trying to make it more American. I've got the thing is I've got so many friends who hate it when I use American words or American pronunciation, but my accent's changed so much and it sounds a bit weird actually. Anyway, math. Um, so with math, if you become in South Africa, it's a massive problem. So in South Africa, you choose when you study something, you can choose higher or lower grade or like a functional grade, and it's really tough. So I think there were only around 30,000 students out of a million that actually passed higher grade math. I need to double check that. And for me, I'm really proud that among my friends, and most students, not many actually made it to past higher grade math. And so I really enjoyed it because you feel a sense of accomplishment. And I think when you work these higher level thinkers, the nerds, the guys that are into computers, the engineers, somewhere in their lives they found a passion for solving these what we might feel is frustrating. And we've got to develop that in our students, not just for English but for math and whatever other subject we're teaching them. This idea that we can overcome if we work hard. It's we've come to a point where students just give up immediately. I can do it. It's that idea of a growth mindset. But I think more than that, we are supposed to challenge our students, but also make sure that the challenge isn't too overwhelming for them. We need to give them the tools to pass that. And once you go into that mindset with math, lay a strong foundation, make sure the students understand, but have enough things for the students to also solve. And that's why a lot of students, as soon as they get some recognition for solving math problems, let's say you give them a booklet that they have to work through, and as soon as they get back to you and like, teacher, I solved this, I understand it, then you say good, and they go back to it. So but there was something I wanted to say about it. Yeah, so we shouldn't frustrate them, we should help them. So in South Africa, higher grade maths. Okay. Pass rate. Okay. Okay. How many? I should say, how many students? Students have. Okay. Okay. South Africa. Okay. I don't see the numbers. Okay. Oh, wait. Here we have something. Maths pass rate grows. Okay. Yeah, it's about. Okay, so they're just focusing 30,000. Okay. So 30,000 of the learners who wrote mathematics passed, but they don't say if it's higher grade or standard grade. So that doesn't help us. It's going to be way less. Anyway, I'll look into it, guys. Sorry about that. Costa Malini, hi, how are you doing? Chris Tong, hi teacher, I'm from Cambodia. Could you tell me a trick to deal with a student that misbehaves? Yeah, stare them right in the eyes and ask them, please don't misbehave. It's not a trick, but I made so many videos about it. But so you're supposed to have rules in the classroom, and I think the first thing is get your students' attention, and then establish the rules, and then follow the rules consistently. But I think so. They did this study. The biggest thing that a teacher can do to change the classroom is to be, I hate this quote, but to be a teacher that means business. As soon as students think that you're pushover, as soon as student thinks that, because you can be the kindest teacher in the world, and but the students know that you can switch it on and become serious with them, or you can be the strictest teacher in the world and still have no control of the classroom if the students don't trust you. But it should also, it shouldn't be like a me versus them mentality, because as soon as that happens, the students might get a sense of pleasure of like, oh, this is a game we're playing, I'm not going to listen to you. So yeah, I would say if you have a misbehaving student, Just go down, look at first you're going to warn them, Andy, please focus on your work. If they continue, you're going to move to the student, face them, look at them and say, Andy, we have to do our work now. Okay. Do you have any problems? Anything you're struggling with? Sometimes the student might say, no, I don't have a problem. Or, oh, actually, this student was bothering me. You don't give them a way out. You just say, sorry, we're supposed to work now. And, actually, it's so funny, with my students, with the university students that I teach, they are they I don't have to do any classroom management with them. They're so easygoing, and they've been through the trenches, so they don't have to misbehave. But it's fun when I go and do these camps, or when I go to another school and I have to teach, and there are some unruly students, so that I can also practice my classroom management. But what I found is, yeah, when I was teaching in South Africa, I used to be very strict. I would be very strict with my students, and um, because I had to be, it was very difficult. And then it's funny, I walk into this class that I have with the students, and um, I revert basically not to the exact same strict type, but um, a certain tenacity that this is my classroom, and there will always be one or two difficult students that are going to be chatty, or they're going to be disruptive. You'll always find these with leadership potential. Now, they are the leaders in class, and they've realized at a very young age that if they want attention, they have to be loud. They have to do something to make people focus on them. And some teachers aren't ready for that, and they are intimidated by someone with such a strong personality. But you're not doing the student any favor by letting them get away with it, because no, they also want a good classroom where they can learn. So you have to be stronger and talk to that student. If the student continues, say, okay, Andy, let's quickly talk after class. Everyone, let's finish the work we have to do. Or, okay, let's hear from this group, this group, this group. The other groups, please be quiet so that we can hear them. And then, Andy, I would like to see you after class. We need to talk about something. Okay. And then afterwards, look him straight in the eye, smile, say, Andy, what's going on? It's very difficult in class. We can't do it like that. That's if it's only one. If you have many, I think if before you can have many, there will be few. What do I mean by this? Before there are many, there will be few. It starts slowly. You'll have a few disruptions, and it'll get louder and louder and louder, because they see that the students are getting away with it. So you've got to set those boundaries early, and you've got to engage the students that are misbehaving. You've got to be the leader of the flock. You've got to be that sheepdog that's like, okay, this sheep is getting out of line. Let's bite its heels. Let's bark and get it back in line, so that all the sheep can be happy together. I don't know if it makes sense. I think I'm just babbling. Where are we? Anna from Buenos Aires. Hi. Reading activities done. Yeah, I think it might be on the laptop. I'm on the PC now, so I need to look it up. I was good at social sciences and history. As a labor lawyer, math was my Achilles heel. It depends on the student's feelings. Very true. Sissy, hi. What are your advice for teachers with only 1 hour class per week? Kids don't take it seriously. It's always a struggle to get their homework. Okay, so with 1 hour a week, I think it's so important to have structure to that lesson. Your next class, whatever you're doing in that lesson, as soon as they get in, you're going to have to, let's say you write some words on the board. You've already got an activity on the board. Or if they've got a book that they're working from, they're supposed to immediately open their book and start looking for, in a reading passage, they're supposed to start looking for difficult words and write them down, difficult vocabulary. So I think structure in the classroom is so important if you only see them an hour a week. So immediately when they come in, they're supposed to start doing something. Then, you do some kind of roll call where you check in with the students and you tell them what they're going to do that day. And then you're going to start with your lessons, your activities, give them a chance to practice. So whatever it is, if you need to have homework with them, maybe as soon as they get into classroom, they have to open up and they have to check their friend's homework or something like that. But you've got to have a structure in your class. If it's only for an hour, you need to maximize your time with them. And if they only see it as it's just an hour a day, an hour a week, and then they don't want to play, it's not important to them, make it important to them. Make them realize how much work you can do with them, that it's valuable for them. Students are far less likely to act out if they feel what they're doing is important and that they're being heard. So that's why it's important for you to focus on things that are useful, whatever you're teaching, and then also get feedback from the students where they have to perform in class. I think that's the most important thing that I can tell English teachers is get your students to talk in class. Give them an opportunity to raise their voices, because once they feel heard, they're going to work harder to not make mistakes and to feel good. But yeah, and then, praise them for that. Could be cut some slack. Math is one of 10 subjects. Maybe this one could be one of the nice ones. Good student. Very true. Svita, how will you teach a concept to exceptional students in your class? Special children. Yeah, you've got to challenge them. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Challenge them. So whatever you're teaching them, maybe you can ask them to do. So with those types of students, maybe you can do mind maps. You say, okay, well, this is our topic. I want you to discuss with each other, find out all the vocabulary you can. So, you've got the topic they're going to study, and then you give them to a pair of students, or 4 students, how many ever, in a group, and say, okay, everyone, I want you to write at least 20 words or ideas that come from this. So it can be some ideas. So they are actually brainstorming and thinking about the topic. And then when you introduce the topic, they've already got like vocabulary and things that they can share, so that they are prepared for what you want to learn them. So you're basically preparing them to learn. Just Mina, hi, thank you for the 3 hearts. Costa South Africa should have dropped to the standard to 30%. Yeah, I think they were going to do that. Wait, what am I reading here? I think they were. So instead of saying the pass rate is like 40, it used to be like 60 and then 50 and then 40. Okay, and it should be 30 now. Let's see. Is it? Well, when I was studying, I think it was 40. Or it was 50 for higher grade, 40 for standard grade. The biggest threat to education? Politicians. 1 hour a week is ridiculous that a student take this class seriously. Hi, like your videos. Thank you so much. Banafsheh from Iran. How are you? Madeline. Hi, good to see you. So nice. I'm always happy when I see you. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, I'm just drinking my Med Lemon, hoping to feel better. So tomorrow I'll shoot those videos on how to teach grammar. My goal is in the next couple of months is to shoot. Well, I want to make 100 videos. I know it sounds impossible. It's probably impossible. But I want to at least try to get those videos out. And for the next 2, well, I should be realistic and say that it's going to take 2 years to release a video a week of that. And so that's my goal, is for the next 2 years to release that. But I feel it takes too long. So that's why I'm releasing the worksheets. I'm going to release them. So tomorrow I'm shooting 4, and I'm already busy working on the next 2 lessons and the next 2 lessons. And yeah, I'll put it out on Patreon. Very excited for it. My dad asked, Madeline, thanks for joining. Where are you watching from? Madeline sent me an email a while ago. I always feel like, she's been one of my biggest supporters on Patreon, and I always wish that I could give back more, but I'm too lazy. I need to work harder, and it's also not about working harder. Maybe it's about working smarter, focusing on the things that matter. But unfortunately, on the channel right now, I'm making those those quitting videos. Many people seem to watch them, and it helps me stay afloat. So I'm good with that. Rosa, by the way, I'm French and I'm preparing exam to be a teacher. I'm not fluent in English. I have a subject in exam to prepare a lesson that lasts 10 minutes. Very fun. 10 minutes. You're going to have to be very high energy. You're going to want to start quickly. So I suggest having an activity to prepare the students, for the lesson that you want to teach. So yeah, have a fun introduction for them to learn, and then have. I think the thing that they look for in these lessons are like, oh yeah, what they look for in these lessons are interactive activities. So instead of you just lecturing, let's say you're teaching grammar or you're teaching something. If you're only teaching, sorry guys, like I said, I've got cold. If whatever you're teaching, you want to show that you've got activities in your arsenal for them to play. So have a fun. It's only 10 minutes, so have a quick, fun way to let students understand the concept, whatever you're teaching. If it's the past tense, write down some sentences and say, yesterday I went. What did you do? Yes, I don't know. Some kind of fun activity to bring about the grammar or whatever you're teaching. Then you want to quickly explain the tasks, and you want to be succinct in the way that you explain. You don't want to explain for 5 minutes of the lesson. You want to quickly explain. You want to smile. You want to then have activities that they can practice. You want to get feedback. You want to show the next level. So let's say you taught something and then you're going to do the negative, or, you're going to add on to it, right? So take it step by step. It's only 10. And then at the end, have a final activity to review. And then perhaps you can have some kind of exit ticket. You can say, okay, well, everybody stand up. Okay. Give me this sentence, this sentence, this sentence, and then they sit down or they leave, or some kind of fun way to do it. So yeah, you've only got 10 minutes. So let's say 2 minutes introduction activity. Second 2 minutes is like an explanation. And also remember, when you do the explanation, also, I don't know if you're doing this in front of a school or you're just doing it, but remember to ask questions. So while you're teaching, remember to reach out and say, okay, well, what do you think? What is this answer? What is this? It's that's how you would teach anyway. And then have an activity for them to practice, and then an activity for them to present, and then a final exit ticket to make sure to reinforce what they've learned. Something like that. Yeah, that's what I thought, in front of an examiner. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Smile, ask questions, and include the examiner, or imagine that there are students there, and you want to show practically the knowledge that you have, succinctly, shortly. And then you also want to demonstrate some of the activities they can expect in the class, and review at the end. So you're going to so let's say you do a final review activity and you summarize, okay, everyone, today we learned about this. Does everybody understand? Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Boom. Okay. More info. 1 hour about technology, but if they fail it, they can fail their year. Wow. 24 children in a class. It's hard, but I'm doing my best. CC, I think you are doing your best. 24 students in a class. Ooh. Yeah, technology. Yeah, I think it sounds like the students need to be held accountable. It sounds like they feel like, oh, they can just have fun, and it's not that important. It's only an hour. You need to, whatever activity they're doing in class, what you're doing with them, what you're giving them a chance for. You've got to spend more time checking that they understand it in class while they're busy. So whatever you're teaching them in technology, you want to question them more, because if they aren't being questioned, there are 24 kids in class, it's going to be difficult to get to all of them. But focus on them, call them out, say, Jimmy, okay, what is this part of it called? Lisa, what is this? And if we do this, what will happen? And then also whatever activity they're doing or learning they're doing, also let them say, okay, well, you have to demonstrate it for class. This is probably one of the most important things I do is, let's say that the students have to practice a certain grammar and they've got to create a dialogue about going to a restaurant. One is a server, the other one is a customer. Create a dialogue. First, I'm going to give them an example that they can use. Then they have to create their own. If I just stop there and I said, okay, everyone's finished, let's go home, they'll feel like, well, we just did this work, but we're not getting a chance to display it to everyone. We need to present it. But it takes too much time. You've got an hour. It might take too much time. So I would just ask the students, we would play a fun game. This is like, I feel my creative energy where it goes is I would take, it's simple. I would say, okay, rock, scissors, paper, these two groups versus these two groups. I want one losing team. So then you've got like two groups that have to do it. Or if I've got different markers, I like to take different markers, hide them, and then the students have to pick. And if they pick the red one, then they lose and they have to do it. So they feel like, oh, it's fun. There's a chance that they will have to perform. So they're practicing. And if they lose the game, it's only fair that they perform, and it's out of your hands. Or I've got other fun things that I do. I write down a letter. I say, or I write down a number. Say, okay, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I write it on the board. I show them a book. I'm going to write down one number. If you pick this number, your pair loses. So I write the number, and then everybody. So I write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This pair, what do you want? 1, 2, 3. And then I show them, it's actually 3. This group do it. There's lots of fun ways to do it. Recently, I even found a new one. The students know my birthday. So I was like, okay, can you guess my dad's birthday? And then all the groups have to kind of decide what they think it is. And then the two groups that are the closest don't have to do it and the others have to. So I think it sounds silly, but you have to get the students to perform. It should be something like, Mario, sorry, I've been talking nonstop. How are you doing? You handsome man. How are you, Mario? And for the idea of mind mapping, thanks a lot. Thank you for the idea to teach. I'm happy. Hola. I can never forget you, Mario. I think Mario's been with me. Mario, since when? Like maybe the first couple hundred, the first couple thousand subscribers. You were one of the first ones. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, guys. Oh, I'm excited, actually. So I'm looking for a car because someone's going to come and visit me. So I'm looking for a car to drive. It'll be more comfortable because spring is coming. It's raining outside, but spring is coming. Mario, I miss you too. How are you? Yeah, it's so nice to see your name. Every time I see your name, I feel like 10 years younger or 6 years younger. It's like, imagine if you see someone and you think back, wow, spoke to them so long ago. How are you? What was I saying? Okay, so I'm buying a car, and I'm usually quite frugal, very frugal with my money. Usually I travel and I buy food and I do what I want to do. When I go out drinking with my friends, maybe I spend too much, but when it comes to cars, I don't spend a lot of money. I find the best bargain, and then I buy that. So, for example, the last car I bought, it was already old. It's like they call it an SM5. It's a standard car in Korea. It's a Renault engine, but it's made by Samsung, and you find these cars everywhere. They're a typical car, but they're very low cost, so very cheap. So I had a SM5 for 5 or 6 years, and it was a very old car then, and it's an older car now. I sold it to a friend because I never use a car. But now that that I'm getting older and I would like to start a family soon, I'm going to have to drive around, and and so I've been looking for a new car, one that's a little bit. I just decided that actually a month ago that I'm going to buy a car soon. So uh, so I was looking for cars. I can't look on Facebook anymore because my Facebook and Instagram are still blocked. By the way, guys, I heard that. So I've got a second. Let me share it with you. Let me see if I can share it with you. By the way, guys, this is my second Instagram account. And I heard that if I can get this account, let me just find my profile. If I can get this account on Meta verified, then maybe I can get on Meta verified and I can ask them to release my accounts. So I'm going to post some more on here so I can get verified. This is my second Instagram account. It's not great, but it is what it is. Where are we? Among students, this is a big thing to handle, Eric, especially in high school. Yeah, I think I did a video on bullying, but I think I should have made it conflict. Conflict with students. Yeah, you want them to talk it out, and you don't want them to do it in class. You don't want them to talk when they're upset or emotional. So you separate them, but then you ask them to come back when they're cool and calm, and they're ready to talk about things. They are not children. You've got to tell them, your young ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to deal with children or animals. I'm not a circus performer. I just made that up. But come back and then you have a discussion. Okay, so what's going on? Why are you upset? Why are you arguing? Do you think it makes sense? And then you get them to agree and then move out. But you've got to be the leader in class that brings them together at a reasonable time, not when they're upset. Otherwise, they're just going to fight more. What am I looking for again? You guys asked for something. Oh yeah, bullying. How to deal with bullying. I thought this would do way better, but it has some ideas for conflict too, but I'm going to share it anyway. Why didn't this video do well? Apparently teachers don't care about bullying. I think I did such a good job. Yeah, it doesn't get any views. Why? Did such a good job with the thumbnail. Stand like this, and I've got devil horns. Kashif, hi from Dubai. I heard so many cool things about Dubai recently. Just got it. It seems okay. Yeah, how to deal with teenagers. I think I did that. Yeah, that's a recent video I have. Teenagers. Yeah, classroom management for teenagers. I released this one actually a couple of weeks ago. So I'll post this one. This one is how to deal with teenagers. Classroom management for teenagers. Oh, so hot now. I think it's maybe a bit of a fever. Okay, anyway. Sorry. You know what they call, so it's like Strepsil, but it's better. No, not that. But you know what they call like Strepsils in Korea? They call them mok candy. Mok is throat or neck, and then candy because it's a throat candy. So yeah, big one of each. Thank you. I found out about making little jokes, having debates about AI, make them participate works. And time is always key to maintain their focus. Yeah. I think when it comes to timing, it's something I haven't really spoken about a lot. But you've got to make time your friend. You've got to, time management is so important as a teacher. So I'm constantly telling my students, whether it's wrong or right, you have to start getting a feeling for the class, or getting a feel for the class. So if the students, if I give the students uh, an activity to do, I will say, okay, guys, I'm going to give you around 5 minutes. And then I walk around and I check, how many, when they're finished or if they're messing around. Then I'll say, okay, you've got like a minute left. You want to finish up soon. The time is what I say it is, but it goes on what I feel like the timing for the class is. Do they have enough time for the activity? Do they have enough time to prepare? And then should I tell some groups to be faster and to be ready? And then is there enough time for the next thing or whatever next we have to learn? So you've definitely got to use time management well. Madeline. How to teach adults that do not practice English because their lives are not available to speak English. Their lives are not available to speak English. Yeah, so before I said that the great thing about teaching adults is that you can use their life experience, but you're saying that, so they can always share what they've learned or things they have, but their lives aren't available to speak English. You mean they don't speak English in their lives, or you're unable to use their experiences? Because what I think is, once they can find value and they can, oh, sorry. Yeah. I think with adults, you're supposed to use their experience. The difficulty with they are not around English speakers. Well, they still have things that they can share. So, for example, today I met my trainer's husband. His English isn't great. He learned some English. They had like a class like 15 years ago. And so I'm talking with him because I feel like he's really trying, and his English, and he wants to be like a role model for his son who's there. And whatever there is English in their lives, you'll find English. So, for example, he told me the story where so in the military they work with the American military too, the Korean military and the American military, and then they meet. And they've got this slogan. In Korean, they say, "Gachi hap." So the Korean commander will say, "Let's go together," and then the American commander would reply the same in English. It's "Gachi gapshida" or something like that. Let's do it together. Gachi gai gase or something like that. So basically, the small phrase, you could tell me a story about it, or you could use that. And whatever their lives are, when it comes to their jobs, their children, their lives, where they're from, common interview things, anything in their lives, give them, if they don't have the tools, give them some examples, give them some tools to use, and then build from that. Okay, so whatever you're teaching them, whatever the topic is, find out what their previous knowledge is, and then build on that, and then give them some examples to use too. I think, like I said, we're supposed to help our students. We're supposed to, what was the word I used? Something else. But yeah, we're supposed to help our students by working on the foundation of the knowledge they already have, and then give them some tools to advance or to become more proficient. And yeah, maybe that's a very niche example of the military working together, but maybe whatever the topic is, give them some expressions and then let them explain for themselves what they can say. I think I think it's very interesting teaching adults. I have made 2 videos that I made on my own, how to teach adults. Let's see if I can find it. No, adults. The one is adults activities, and the other one is how to teach adults. No, where are you, adult? Yes, how to teach adults. I'm quite proud of this. It's not the activities, but this is like a long video. It's like 15 minutes. No problem, Madeline. You're one of my favorite people. Anytime. I wish I could actually do more. HC, how to prepare children for international. Well, actually, HC, this question brings a tear to my heart, or to something about crying. I've been asked this question a lot. Before AI came out, one of my final big projects was how to prepare students for English tests. So, like TOEIC, TOEFL, IELTS. So I spent hours writing this massive thing, and I thought it was really good. I thought, okay, I'll give basic test preparation ideas. There were really cool ideas that I searched for, and I found the best one. 10 general tips, 10 writing tips, 10 reading tips, 10 speaking tips, 10 listening tips. So I also looked at the 3 major exams. So I'm guessing you're talking about international exams. And so I found all these tips, made 5 videos, and then I made a compilation of all of them together. Nayameka, nice to see you. How are you? And so I put them all together, and I made this compilation. I shouldn't be chewing this, but I'm chewing this. So I made this compilation, and I put it out. It was my final big work before AI. I will look at it fondly because I know how hard I worked on it, and I shot the videos, and just crickets. Nobody really cared about it, but because of all those hours of work, I was able to put out decent videos, and I also broke it down into shorter videos. Where are you? Where are you? You're somewhere. It's somewhere. I try to make it a really good one. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just looking for that one because it's such a good one. It's funny going through everything, but yeah, I really need to. It's been too long since I actually did that. How to teach. Okay, how to teach. View all. Oh, I've got how to teach grammar. This one also isn't doing great. Why aren't you doing great? Sorry, where is it? I've got to go through everything to go and find it now. Okay, no, let's just take this away. Sorry, guys, I'm going to find it. It's very important to me. But yeah, no, I'm excited to. I think so I'm doing these quitting videos, but I don't think they're really important. But many people watch them. But I'm so excited to get these next one. Teaching for English tests. Okay, I found it. It's an hour long. It focuses on everything, and I'm going to share it here. Take a look. It's a teaching for English test. Najim, hi, how are you? Also saying hello. Najim, just talking. I'm sharing ideas and things. Betty, hi from Lima, Peru. Eric is answering. Well, yeah, I'm just doing my best. Links for videos. Yeah, definitely, guys. That's why I make the videos, so that I know all the videos I've made. It's just, it takes some time to share them, and I try to explain a little bit better. The scumbag, hi. I was just wondering if you had any recommendations for courses to upskill. I have the CELTA. I'm not sure if I should get the Delta. Good question. I don't have my CELTA or Delta either yet. I would like to. Oh, by the way, so Invincible. Just off topic. So I've been watching this. You can see this profile picture of Scumbag. It's Scumbag. It's Invincible. It's a superhero, and it's based on a comic book. And so I've been watching the show, but then I decided to download the comics. And these last couple of days, instead of working, I just read through the comics. So now I've got no interest in the show because I've basically spoiled it for myself. But I'm very happy now. I can go on knowing what I know. Yeah, to upskill, I think it depends. If it's just for your resume, or I think Scumbag, if I understand correctly, it's because you want to be a better teacher, not just for the qualification to put on your resume, but that's also important. So yeah, I guess anything online that can help. You've got your CELTA, the Delta, maybe. I'm trying to think of other courses that would benefit you, but yeah, it's higher degrees and maybe short things. I think if you can specialize, if you can find specific courses about, maybe like management or leadership or teaching online, or to get even better roles as a leader for your school, I think that could be very useful. It can also be something that can help the students. I won't usually say this, but you can focus on something like special education or whatever you feel is most useful to you. So yeah, I got my master's in educational leadership. I don't know what I learned, but I got it. But I think soon I'd like to do my CELTA and my Delta, and then make content about what I learned, because there's so much to learn, and we've all got blind spots. So after I'm done creating all the content I want to make, I'll probably try that, and then eventually try and get my PhD too. Thank you. Please, can I use a construction? Why aren't you working? Sorry, Maya. There we go. Please, can I use I will to do something? I will to what context? No, I don't think so. I will to go. No, it's not. It's not. I will go. Yeah, you can say to. I will eat. Yeah, yeah. The construction you can't say. It's just the basic verb. You can't use the what is the infinitive. Yeah. So you can say I will to eat. I will eat. Now, if you use some of the other modals, so for what is it? I love to eat. I love eating. I think that's what you're looking for. But will doesn't work like that, So if you use the gerund or the infinitive, like I enjoy eating, but you can say I enjoy to eat. You can say I hope to watch a movie tomorrow, but you can't say I hope watching a movie tomorrow. I like watching movies. I like to watch movies. So you can use both. But will, yeah, will is tricky, but I don't think you can do that. Hi, how are you? I'm teaching English as a second foreign language in Algeria. It's so hard and amazing at the same. I know it is, Najim. I think it's very interesting. As soon as you get over like the students, if you have classroom management problems, but it's so rewarding when they learn and they enjoy it. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot, especially how to manage noisy classes, Betty. I hope so. And yeah, it's more about being a better teacher. I have a bachelor's in marketing, so maybe business English. Yeah, definitely. And you volunteer. Scumbag. Why do you have a scumbag, but you volunteer at a special needs sector? It's like, it's like, it's like the opposite of what you are. It's like if you've got, someone playing online games and they say, oh, I'm like the meanest guy ever. And then it's just tiny kids. Oh, okay. Guys, I think we are almost done. What is more important for me is that, okay, let me try and click. Sorry, guys. Ooh, there's a lot. For accent. Yeah, so find someone that you can copy and then work on some of the common words that they say to have it. Any tip, secondary student, zero motivation? Yes, I have done a video on, was it teacher motivation or student motivation? Motivation. Let me share this final one. Teacher motivation, student motivation. Oh, I like this video. It's one of my most popular videos. Student motivation. I made this one a long time ago too. A very useful video that I think a lot of people looked for. It does. It's not even yet 100,000 views, but it still gets views a lot. So it's an older video, but I think it checks out. Into the show. Cool. You read the comic. Yeah. No, it's interesting. I feel the comic towards the end, filtered out. It's a bit too much. So it's almost, it almost jumped the shark, almost like Walking Dead, where it's interesting and it's going well, but then I feel like they put some things in just for shock value or to the story. Some of the arcs don't really work as well as others. Like I said, I'm willing to go. Yeah, I'm willing to help. Yeah, so willing, yeah, but not will. That's a good one. I'm willing to help. I'm willing to go. I'm willing, but that's different from I will. Willing, it just means that you will do it for someone. It's something you're able and you want to do. I'm doing quite well, thank you. But your live study sit downs are always informative. Thank you. I hope so. I'm just chatting. Paul, good morning. How are you guys? By the way, go check out Paul's channel. It's the what is it? The Grammar Detective. Let me quickly look it up. Paul, I know it's. I'm sorry. I think you changed it once. The Grammar Detective. I think that's what it is. Let me double check, and I can share a link for it. Oh, my internet's not working well. I think it's all the math things I was looking up before. Madeline, thank you. I'll try again next week. Let me see Paul's channel. The Grammar Detective. Hopefully. Oh yeah, guys, go and check out my Instagram. It's for the second channel, but I hope to get it verified. The Grammar Detective. Got it. But is this the same one? Let's see. Copy. Yeah, okay, guys. I'm Grammar Detective 2. So it's a new one. Paul. Anyway, I'll post this one. AI in the classroom. Yeah, I've got videos about using AI in the classroom, but I've got a new one about AI. Wait, have I made a new one on AI? Not a new one, but I've made another one. But I want to make a new one. I'll make a new one soon. I think it's a popular topic. Okay, everyone, my time's up. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'm going to go sweat out this cold. Everyone, I wish you a fantastic March. Goodbye.